This is Bells and Whistles Sporting Association of Regionals, Reg 31 and Safer Training Solutions. It's your boy Nando. I'm here with the IBF European Welterweight Champion, Larry Ekundayo. How you doing, champ?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Thank you for joining us on the show. For the viewers that don't know your story, when you tell us a little bit about yourself.
Where do I start? I'm Larry the Natural, Ekundayo, IBF European Champion. Also won the prize fight in 2012. The African title. Also won the International Masters. Started boxing at the age of 12. Back in Nigeria, had about 127 amateur bouts. Boxed at the Commonwealth Games, Olympic qualifier, and 2002 Commonwealth Games. Few ABAs, and that's it really.
So, what brought you to England? How did you become the IBF European champion? How did that journey start here in this country?
So I represented Nigeria in the 2002 Manchester, the Commonwealth Games, and I was signed with. I went with a promoter called Philip Bloom then, which sent my passport to the Home Office for extension. But the Home Office then gave me a work permit, but my trainer then said we need for him to box as an amateur first, so just to establish himself and be able to sell ticket when he eventually turned pro. And that went wrong, so I couldn't box for about 10 years because of the immigration problem. And so I had a little girl there, my daughter, Mary. She was born 2 days after my mom passed. Born premature, had a 40 to 50% chance of survival. So I've been in that journey and had about 3 ABAs. Got to the London. I won the London ABA 2005 and 6, or 2006 and 7. So got to the quarterfinal, and that was it. And I just then in 2012 I signed with Spencer Fearon, because I know Spencer since I've been in this country. He's been very helpful and always guide me, you know. And when I turned pro, I had 2 fights, then go on to win prize fight after 2 fights. So in 2013, I was meant to fight for the British title eliminator. My youngest daughter was diagnosed with cancer at the age of 15 months. So again, I have to put the boxing to the side. So my boxing career has been a roller coaster, to be honest. And I eventually I signed a contract with the MTK Global, and they've been amazing, you know, putting me out there to get me the opportunity to fight for a bigger title. So I won the IBF European last year against John Fain in July, then defended the title against Louis Green last year in December. And that was my last fight. I meant to fight in Nigeria this year, and the fight's been pushed back. This is the 3rd time it's been pushed back. So at the moment, I'm just like, this is almost like a whole year wasted without doing nothing. But I wanted to try and fight in Nigeria to kind of like make a campaign and having to show the world that Nigerian can actually host a fight as well, and also try to inspire the youth in Nigeria that you can box and become someone better and help your family and all, you know, and be a better person. So,
would you say that you've had quite a roller coaster career? Would you say that the events of your life, that's what's pushing you to carry on and be a stronger, more motivated person?
100%. He hasn't been he's a route for me to start with, like my whole life story, even starting back in Nigeria, living on the streets at the age of 14, and the only thing that kept me going was my boxing. And if I haven't done boxing, I wonder where I will be today. And boxing saved my life, and that's what got me to this country. You know, some people hear my story and they get motivated about it, and you know, so that, and having my children obviously they're fighters, so that's one of the major things that actually give me the motivation to keep going. I remember turning pro at the age of 30, and everyone was like, "Oh, he's too old to turn pro." Like, I'm too young to be old, and I've proved everyone wrong over and over and again. So
And that's it. So you fought Louis Green in December. You was meant to fight in Nigeria, but is there any news on who your opponent was meant to be or your next opponent?
So the plan was to fight for the IBO Intercontinental against a kid from Argentina. I believe he was the champion, and God willing, win that fight. At the time, there's a South African fighter that was the IBO champion, which were hoping to win the Intercontinental and get to fight him, but unfortunately he lost to the German. I can't even remember the name of these guys in June. So but everything is still up in the air at the moment. So it's really hard to get yourself motivated. But as I said, my life been roller coaster, so I just have to find a way to motivate and keep pushing.
Of course. I was going to ask you this question, but I did see on YouTube a video of yourself saying after your last win, you didn't want to let AJ down. So you are a big AJ fan, of course, and he's definitely an inspiration to Nigerians and obviously here in Britain as well.
Yeah, it's mad because I remember the first time I met AJ was in, I think it was 2015, I think.
So around the time when he fought Dillian White?
Yes. No, way before then. It was before then. No, it was 2014, sorry.
14, yeah.
My bad. It was doing, and so he was, I meant to fight in the show at Wembley that year, and he walked in and he had a lot of entourage with him, and so I was sitting in the corner, and he saw me. That we've never met in person before. Obviously, he knows me, I know him, and he walked in and he saw me, literally stopped everyone, came back outside, just how you doing, Larry? You're right. How's your little girl? This is doing my daughter's situation, my 15-month daughter with cancer,
And you had never met prior to that?
No.
So you knew your story already?
Yeah, and it was just how is she? You can't buy that. That's just amazing.
And that's coming from an Olympic champion and now former world heavyweight champion. Exactly. It must feel amazing.
And ever since, I have massive respect for him, and just I have a lot of time for him. And he's a role model to a lot of people, not just Nigerian fighters, but everyone. And he started boxing at age 18 or something? And
maybe later than that.
Later than that, and look what he's achieved.
Yeah. And he changed his life. He got away from the life of crime and turned it around, became Olympic champion and world heavyweight champion.
There you go. You can't ask for anything else. So, yeah, I said I didn't want to let him down, and that's what I did.
I'm sure he's very proud of you as well.
100%.
I've asked this a few people. Obviously, I'm sure it was hard to watch the loss against Andy Ruiz. What's your intake on that? Because, if some people say that AJ wasn't right in that fight, what's your intake on that?
Coming out from the changing room, I would be one of those people that said something there, right?
What did you think of his father's reaction after that? Was it just pure emotion, or was there something there, do you think?
I really can't answer that. I'm not sure what's going on behind the scene. And Anthony, take the loss like a man and like a real champion. This happened. This is heavyweight boxing. Anything can happen.
Of course.
And I had 100% guarantee that he will beat Ruiz in the second outing. And I thought he would beat him the first time, but 100% I have a belief that he will beat him. And also, a lot of people start slugging him off. It's crazy how we have people that have never been slapped in their life want to criticize fighters when they have one loss. Look at all the greatest fighters.
Yeah. I found it amazing that, so many people prior to the fight was tweeting and talking about AJ, easy fight, great champion, AJ fans, and then as soon as he loses, everyone criticize them straight away.
It's crazy. And You can't take anything away from Andy Ruiz. He's amazing. He's an amazing fighter. The first time I saw him, way before he fought AJ, I saw his highlight, and I'm like, this guy's gonna give all the heavyweight problems. It's just a matter of time when he fought what's his name, Parker, which I thought was a close fight. Could have gone either way.
I think Ruiz won that.
Exactly, he could have gone either way, but he's the A team. But things happen, and sometimes step back in our careers make us a better person and a better fighter. So I believe AJ will do it this time.
What's your opinion that it's in Saudi Arabia? Bit of a crazy one, isn't it? Because they were talking about back in Madison Square Garden. They were talking about maybe Cardiff, but out of all places in Saudi. So what do you think about that?
When Muhammad Ali and George Foreman fought in Africa, I'm sure a lot of people will say it's crazy.
For sure.
A lot of people will say it's crazy, and they made it history. So what's wrong with this? What's wrong with Saudi Arabia?
There is talk that if he wins, there's a contract. There's something in the contract for a trilogy, maybe in Nigeria.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I really don't know much about that, but that would be a great thing that will happen to Nigeria.
Yeah.
You know, and that would put our name right on the map, the boxing.
Yeah.
You know.
Big fight that's coming up this weekend, Lomachenko versus Luke Campbell.
Yep.
It's a 50-50 fight that in the public's eyes opinion, you know, a lot of people are saying, you know, Luke's got the right structure and the right frame, the right skills, and it's the right time to fight Lomachenko. Do you think it is, or is it just another dismantle from Lomachenko?
It's a 50-50 fight, but it's always different when you're in the ring with certain fighters. And Luke Campbell, amazing fighter, Olympic gold medalist as well. And both are southpaw. I'm sure they've go against a lot of southpaw before. So I don't know how the fight will play out. I'm terrible when it comes to prediction, but I'm gonna lean on Lomachenko on this one.
How is he going to win?
I think he's going to go the distance.
Distance?
Yeah.
I got him in the 6th round for this one.
No, I think he's going to go.
Yeah?
100%.
Another fight that I think a lot of people are shocked is that he signed with Matchroom, Hughie Fury, and his first fight is against the dangerous and the former Olympic champion, Povetkin.
I saw that. I'll be rooting for Hughie Fury as well. Regardless, it's a heavyweight. Things happen.
Of course.
And this is time for him to actually prove to the world he belongs there.
Yeah.
He belongs among those categories, the world level. So
it takes one punch, doesn't it?
Exactly. Take one punch, but also you just need to box smart.
Yeah.
That's all. Everyone can fight, but not everyone can box.
Yeah.
So he just needs to put his A game on. And
it's just that I look at his performance against Pulev, and he struggled against Pulev. Povetkin is on a whole nother level to Pulev, and I don't know. I find it hard to see Hughie coming out of this. He has to, like you said, he has to box smart.
Yeah.
But he's not his cousin, is he? He's not. He hasn't got that attribute, that skill attribute that his cousin's got as well.
Don't be surprised. A fight, style make a fight. The person that you can beat, another person might not be able to, and that same person can find you easy. So I think style make a fight, and hopefully he turn up the better. He'll turn up on Saturday. So I think it should be a good one.
Another person that's on the undercard for me, future world champion, someone that for me would beat both men of last week's main event is Buatsi. What do you think of this guy?
I don't know. He's just amazing fighter, and
so humble as well.
Yeah, I just love that kid. He's humble, and he's just one of the best in the world right now. And yeah, he's gonna smash it easy.
Yeah. What's your intake of last week's main event, Kovalev versus Anthony Yarde?
I was gutted for Yarde, and again, it's one of them ones that everyone want to slag. When things go wrong, everyone will slag everyone off. Or the coach said, empty the tank. All of these things, he could have gone the right way. And if he got the right way,
Yeah.
the same people that's slagging him off will be the one that said, oh, he shouldn't, that he's the best trainer. Or Anthony Yarde. We talk about Anthony Yarde. He only had 12 amateur fights. It's not about how far, it's how well. He had 12 amateur fights. And he's fighting one of the most fearful fighters on planet in his weight division. And he make a good account of himself. He literally put everything in. I don't think there should be anyone in the right mind to talk down on him or say, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Kovalev, how many world titles he's had, and Olympian, he didn't go to the Olympics, but he was in the Olympic camps and all. So you gotta give the kid credit, and definitely he's gonna be a world champion.
I'd give him credit for one, taking just 25% of the pay. He got offered the same money to back out, and he didn't take it. Went to Russia in the guy's backyard.
Yep.
He would have done that. He would have taken it. So I get my hat's come off to Yarde. For me, it was too soon, but you can't say no to a fight like that. For example, if you got offered a fight like that right now, would you say no?
Hell no. So, of course not. No. And he didn't look like he's a novice in there. He looks like he belongs in that level.
Yeah.
So, and even if you put Kovalev in with anyone else, he probably would have knocked them out early.
Yeah.
And he struggled with him. He literally struggled with him.
Yeah.
And he almost took him out. He almost took Kovalev out. So,
what? The records show that out of most of Kovalev's opponents, he landed the most.
Yeah, he landed the most punches.
That
So
shows something.
exactly. I have a feeling this time next year he will probably be a world champion, or he will be a world champion. To be honest.
What's your take on they're saying Kovalev versus Canelo?
I don't know. I always believe style make a fight. Everyone was saying Canelo is just gonna smash him up quick and this and that. I don't know. I really can't.
He's got a box smart Kovalev.
Exactly. He's a smart fighter, and they can as well. They're smart. Don't get involved.
Yeah.
Just try. But again, is he gonna be a second class in there, or it's not gonna be the A fighter, is it? So it's not gonna be the A fighter. So even if the fight go to the to judges, it might not get a decision unless if we knock Canelo out. And again, he's got the power to do so.
Yeah, of course.
And Canelo got the power to knock him out as well. So both of them can punch.
And both of them can box as well. Before we go, I want to ask you as well. You're in the welterweight division.
Yeah.
Who's a dream opponent for you? Is there anyone right now you got your eye on, whether you think it's too early or not?
Honestly, the way my career has been so far, I don't know. Whoever's there, if I get the opportunity today, I'll take it.
Do you have like someone that you admire in your division right now that you look at them and you think, wow, that's...
There's so many of them. There's so many of them. I can't even... There's just too many good fighters in that division. Like, there's so many.
And one thing I like to ask every boxer, who for you is number one pound for pound in the world right now? And we're in an era right now where it's so hard because you've got the likes of Lomachenko, you've got Canelo, you've got Crawford, you've got Spence.
If I have to go for one person, not because I think they've done this, they've achieved that, but I will go for Lomachenko. Lomachenko for the fight that. And his first fight, he fought someone that's ranked number 10 in the world. Second fight for world title, then go to fight Gary Russell Jr. and all that. I'll take my out for him.
I agree with you with that. He's actually one of my favorite boxers right now. What a talent!
Yes, amazing talent. You can't. Everything that kid does in the ring, you can't buy it. You can't teach someone. He should be called the natural.
Yeah. You should lend him the name.
Maybe, or we call him Supernatural.
That's it. But thank you for coming on the show. Before we go, if anyone wants to follow you on social media, what's your social media for them to follow your Instagram to see news on your next fight and to buy tickets as well?
Oh, brilliant. My handle on Instagram is LarryTheNatural_Ekundayo. And Facebook, just Larry Ekundayo. And that's it, really.
We wish you good luck in your next fight. Hopefully it can happen in your home country in Nigeria. Make that dream come true.
Fingers crossed.
Thank you so much. This is Bells and Whistles Sport in association with Reginald's Reg 31 Safer Training Solutions. Thank you.